Yo, this is Alan Fenstermaker here with Pro Wrestling Archives. I'm here with Kekoa.
Aloha.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic.
Okay, now could you introduce your group of people?
Yeah, so this is, for those of you who don't know, we just opened up our wrestling school. It's called Work Rate Entertainment Wrestling Academy. We're located in Mount Pocono. So I'm here with some of my trainees today. We have Brian, we have Donnie, we have Tiffany, and my wife Samantha, who's Sammy Pandora. For those that you don't know, she's been wrestling for about 6 years now.
Okay, awesome. Now, how did you get your start in the wrestling business?
So I started, there was a guy named Carson, Bud Carson, excuse me, and he had a memorabilia shop.
Okay.
And what happened was he basically just wanted to start a wrestling school. And I was already going to Carson's to kind of, just check out his merchandise. And he had a ring in the back, so I would go and like play in it sometimes. And once I was a senior in high school, he asked if I wanted to sign up with wrestling school. And I said, absolutely, and here I am.
Now, what's your favorite era or time period in pro wrestling?
I wouldn't say I have like a favorite, because I like all of them for different reasons. Like I like the Attitude Era because obviously it was groundbreaking. It was something that was very raw. But I also like the old school with Dusty Rhodes, Steamboat, and all them because they were laying the groundwork for everything. And what they were doing at that time period was something that was so amazing to talk about. The fact that they were selling out every single night and they were wrestling how many matches a year. I mean, so different, every era has its own special reason of why that era is great.
Okay. Now, do you have any influences for wanting to get into the business?
When I was growing up, it was definitely Shawn Michaels. I was a big Shawn Michaels fan, and then I actually found out that him and I have the same birthday. Wow. So once I found that out, I was like, oh yeah, absolutely, he's my favorite wrestler. And then once I started getting trained and I started learning the history of the business and everything, definitely Ric Flair, Steamboat was big two influences, Dusty Rhodes as well. Especially since a lot of people were like, yeah, you really look like Steamboat. So then I started studying a lot of his tapes and seeing how he moves in the ring and how he does certain moves, and just trying to do my best to kind of carry on what he laid the groundwork for.
Now, what are some of your highlights of your career?
It's tough because there's definitely things on paper that I can always talk about. Being in the top 500 for Pro Wrestling Illustrated is always a great honor. Winning heavyweight championships for different companies is always nice. I've gotten to tour overseas. I've gotten to do a lot of work with WWE. So different things are always special to me for certain reasons. Even just doing big storyline matches with some of my friends that I grew up with. Like my buddy Chad, like him and I have known each other since we were little kids, and we were able to wrestle in a building that we went to as kids to go watch wrestling. So it's like that was something that's really special to me. So even though some things might not be always on paper that you see of, those are some things that I'm really passionate about and some things that I always hold dear.
Okay. All right. Now, what shows with WWE did you do?
I was on Raw. I've been on Raw, SmackDown, Superstars. I've gotten to do some matches. I've also gotten to do some backstage skits and in-ring stuff. So it really depends on what they need for the day.
Now, what was that like being backstage at WWE?
The first time that I got called to WWE, and you're just kind of backstage and you're seeing the huge team that they have, like putting everything together, whether between the ring and the entranceway and all the millions and millions of feet of cord that is going everywhere. Just seeing everything get put together and how much of an army they have was really, kind of breathtaking almost, and kind of like, holy crap, like this is really a well-oiled machine here. Like everybody knows their job, everybody comes here and does it. And but just being able to be at the place that you grow up watching, and that's what your goals and your aspirations are, it just makes you so much more hungry because you're right there and you can almost taste it.
Awesome, man. Now, do you have anything else you'd like to plug at all, or?
Everybody can always follow me on social media. It's at Kekoa Pro. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can obviously find Work Rate Entertainment on Facebook. And you can also find our wrestling school. Like I said, it's at Work Rate Wrestling Academy. So definitely check us out. And if you're interested in becoming a professional wrestler, manager, any type of career that you're looking for in wrestling, I always say this all the time. I've had a lot of near-death experiences in my life, and there's a lot of moments that I've had in my life where you actually don't think that there is a tomorrow. And I don't think of any reason whatsoever that somebody sits at home and says, you know what, I've always wanted to be a pro wrestler, I've always wanted to be in the wrestling business, and then not take that chance on your dream. Mm-hmm. You have one life, You have to take 100% advantage of it. So if this is something that you want to do, get off the couch and go do it.
Awesome, man. Now, thanks for the interview, man.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you.